Hello everyone and welcome back to Andromeda Tarot. My name is Andrea. I hope everyone, if you did celebrate Thanksgiving, did have a happy Thanksgiving and remembered everything that they have in this life to be thankful for. I'm going to be doing a love reading today. Happy Friday to everyone. Happy Black Friday. Hopefully everyone's staying safe out there. Hopefully everybody got to have the day off like I did. And let's go ahead and get into the love reading today. I'm going to be using the Crow Tarot again to do this love reading. And I'm going to start off with, how is the person on my collective's mind feeling about the collective? Okay, how is the person on my collective's mind feeling about the collective? How is the person... Oh, we have the Page of Wands. How is the person on my collective's mind feeling about the collective? And we have the Nine of Wands. All right, with the Page of Wands, I am seeing movement. This crow looks like it wants to communicate something. And with the sun and everything, I am seeing positive energy here. So movement, positive energy, communication. And then with the Nine of Wands, more sun energy, nature. And it looks like this crow is working on something. Okay, and let me get some clarifying cards with the Love Oracle. How is the person on my collective's mind feeling about the collective? Okay, how is the person on my collective's mind feeling about the collective? Running, disappearing, invisible, ghosting. So there is a chance that the person on my collective's mind, how are they feeling about the collective? They feel like the collective maybe is running from them. Maybe they ghosted them, disappeared. They're invisible. Okay. How's the person on my collective's mind feeling about the collective? How is the person, thought something came out. How is the person on my collective's mind feeling about the collective? Loyalty, trusting, reliability, believing. And these cards, sometimes they are in color. These cards are in black and white. And so this makes me think of how life isn't always black and white. Like some people want to fit everything as if life is black and white. And so perhaps how this person on the collective's mind is feeling about the collective, this would be a reminder for the collective that just because this person isn't speaking to you, it does not mean that they are running. It might just be because they are this type of person, and this is the type of relationship that they are looking for, one with loyalty, trust, reliability, belief. Okay, and then let me go ahead and get into the meaning behind the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a messenger of good news. She brings ideas and creative outlook on life that illuminates any room. Her vibrant, youthful energy is powerful enough to spark a change in direction or push an original project forward. She loves adventure, and although she is ready to travel anywhere her wings will take her, she is not reckless. The page brings her free-spirited energy to the situation and is prepared to take in all the world has to offer. And so as far as how the person on the collective's mind is feeling about the collective, it looks like she's kind of, and I'm not speaking in gender as far as if the collective is male or female, vice versa, but just based on them gendering this card. But basically the person on the collective's mind, it looks like they kind of are in their own little world, working on their own projects, working on their own abundance in their own life, kind of living their best life, going with the flow of things. And then with the Nine of Wands, after much effort, a final task is almost complete. The Nine of Wands denotes a struggle in finishing a project, and despite the consistent success of the past, there is one last obstacle that needs to be accomplished before moving forward. The Nine of Wands offers encouragement to keep going. Take a moment to bask in all that you have already created. It is from this place that you will find the motivation to continue. You are close to the end. This is not the time to give up after working so hard. Replace the negative feeling or resentment with an open mind and visualize a successful completion. And so what I'm getting from this is that as far as how this person's feeling about the collective, they are working on themselves, healing their own wounds, building their own foundation, making sure that their life is situated. And so as far as how this person is feeling about the collective, I'm gathering that whether you may think that they are ghosting you or not, what it is they're focused on their own life. And in most divine connections, there would be a mirroring behavior. And so perhaps as far as how this person is feeling about the collective, perhaps they're doing this within their own life in hopes that the collective would be doing the same thing. And maybe they're not ready to reach out. Maybe they are running and ghosting because they're still working on their own life. They're still healing their own wounds, building their own foundation, so that they can be in this loyalty energy, or they already are in that energy and they're waiting for you to mirror that. Okay. And how is the collective feeling about the person on their mind now? Let's find out how the collective is feeling about the person on their mind. How's the collective feeling? Wow. Wow. We have strength. With this lion here, Leo could be significant. And bravery, infinity. With infinity, I always think of divine connections. With this crow even, I see bravery, beauty, joy. Okay. We have the Page of Pentacles. More beauty, peace, you know, readying their life, building a foundation. And then we have the Eight of Cups. With the Eight of Cups, I'm kind of getting a sense of protection, guarding their filled cups over here. Okay. And some clarifying cards. The Love Oracle. What's the collective feeling about the person on their mind? How is my collective feeling? Intuition, heart song, telepathy, inner knowing. So you feel like the person on your mind is very intuitive. Perhaps with this heart song, I'm kind of getting that you guys might, when you hear certain songs, you might think of it as some sort of telepathy, some sort of message, some sort of sign, and you have an inner knowing when you hear that as well. My sea charm got stuck onto my shirt. This was my mom's bracelet, and her name was Cindy. Okay, how is the person, or how is my collective feeling about the person on their mind? How is my collective feeling about the person on their mind? Withdrawn, single, lonely, solitary. So there's a little bit of mirroring going on. Seems like there is no communication for sure, and there are questions on your mind whether this person isn't communicating with you because they don't want to be with you, or because they're working on themselves. Okay, and so let's get into the meaning behind strength. Card number 8, Leo energy. Keywords: inner strength, passion, virility, confidence, element fire. So fire is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It is not through brute force that this crow has achieved the challenging goal of taming the wild beast. It is because she has mastered her ability to connect with a higher frequency, channeling trust and respect. The positive energy she radiates enables the crow to balance confidently on the lion's nose, not in conquest, but out of mutual respect. The crow has learned how to remove her ego, quieting the hum of fear, allowing her to hear the inner guidance of her higher conscious. It is from this place that she wields the true power of strength. The strength card suggests you will have an experience that requires you to summon the power that comes only from exercising inner peace, freeing yourself from the influences of ego and fear. And so as far as how you're feeling about your person, you feel like your person kind of already has achieved happiness, strength from within, happiness without feeling any sort of codependency. It's a mutual respect. There's no ego here. It's just all about being one with themselves and with the challenges that life brings us. Okay. Page of Pentacles. In the abundant, lush garden, the Page of Pentacles sits on a flowering branch. She allows the energy of blossoming life into her spirit as she gazes into the pentacle. Envisioning the path she wishes to travel, she holds in her mind's eye a clear vision for that which she wants to manifest. The Page of Pentacles message is that to achieve the success you want, you will need to spend time developing a clear view and preparing where the road may lead. With this skill, you will be able to achieve your desire, and this is where the magic happens. And so your person is not just, flying by the seat of their pants. They actually have a view in mind of the kind of life that they want to live. They're mindful of their fortune. They do envision romance in their life. They do things within their life that bring them joy, like going out in nature, stopping and smelling the roses, things like that. And then lastly, we have the 8 of Pentacles. This one kind of had me stumped, so let's see what this says. The 8 of Pentacles, the crow diligently and masterfully carves a pentacle in... This isn't the 8 of Pentacles, it's the 8 of Cups. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? The crow stands on the riverbank, her back to the gold cups that symbolize material wealth and possessions. She is ready to fly off and leave it all behind. The moon represents her shadow self and her true nature, one she tries to suppress but cannot deny. The Eight of Cups asks that you look inward and discover what is it that you want from your life, what is important to you. This card suggests that although it will take considerable strength to let go and walk away, it may be necessary to achieve true happiness. And so in regards to how the person on my collective's mind is feeling about the collective, this person is willing to leave it all behind for this energy right here. And it's not because of their ego. It's not because of the past. It's not because of, you know, anything that has to deal with the other person. It all has to deal with them healing themselves, finding their strength, building a foundation, living their best life. Okay, so nothing that the collective should take personally. But when it comes to counterparts, they do this in hopes for them to find a counterpart to mirror their energy. They don't want someone in their life who is going to be in a bad energy. They don't want somebody in their life who isn't working on their foundation, who isn't happy within themselves and finding their own joy from within. It is not the right thing to heal when you're in a relationship with somebody else, because that person's wounds are also going to be projected onto you, as well as your wounds projected onto that person. And so it is always the right thing to do to heal on your own. And once you do that, your counterpart who has also healed on their own will be drawn to you, or vice versa, to be in union. And union is not the end goal. The end goal is this energy right here. This is the end goal. You being on your own, not in your ego, working with whatever life has to throw at you because you have a steady foundation. Okay. Alrighty. I'm liking this reading. I'm gonna see what future action the person on my collective's mind will be making towards the collective. What future action will the person on my collective's mind be making towards the collective? What future action will the person on my collective's mind be making towards the collective? The Magician. This is Gemini Virgo energy. And I'm going to get a clarifying card this time with the Woodland Wardens Oracle deck. What future action will the person on my collective's mind be making towards the collective? What future action will the person... Ooh, the Ram and Dahlia, Determination. And a couple clarifying cards with the Love Oracle here. Mixing the two cards that I drew earlier. What future action will the person on my collective's mind be making towards the collective? We have pain apprehensive, afraid, cautious, kind of self-explanatory. What I'm getting is that perhaps because of this pain, they're going to stay in their own lane. What future action will the person on my collective's mind be making towards the collective? We have thinking, missing you, craving, craving, desiring. All right. And then we have beauty, charming, graceful, kind-hearted. And then with this butterfly, I'm seeing transformation. Oh, this one wanted to come out too. Realizations, epiphanies, understandings, awakenings. Let's see. Let me get the Magician with the Crow Tarot. Magician number 1. The Magician keywords: alchemy, resourcefulness, creativeness, manifesting, element air, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Connecting the physical world with the spiritual realm, the Magician Crow pulls the energy of the 4 suits representing earth, water, air, and fire to create a spark that has the power to manifest into a transformative idea. Rising above the craggy, desolate mountains lined by red and white roses at the base, the Magician the Magician symbolizes the first steps of gathering success. He has the ability to carve out the desired path through difficulty using life experiences and a pure heart. And so what I'm getting as far as the future action this person will be making towards the collective, it seems like they're ready for anything. Anything that you or life has to throw at them. They're kind of just living their life the best way that they can, able to manifest whatever it is that they dream of, is what I'm seeing. Okay, and then we have the Ram and the Dahlia with the Woodland Wardens Oracle. L, and I found out L is 50. 50. Am I still not finding it though? Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I'll be damned. There it is. It's the very last card. No wonder. Okay. L. The Ram and Dahlia, determination. The Ram and Dahlia is a card of action. The Ram charges up the mountain with steady determination, removing any obstacles with its strong horns. Called the Queen of Autumn Garden, the Dahlia is known for its persistence. It produces flowers in the summer and well into the fall, outlasting most other blooms. Upright, you have the power to accomplish your wildest dreams. While others may tire or lose interest, you are persistent and will see your ambitions through. What am I most determined to accomplish? When have I worked best alone, and when have I benefited from another's help? And so with both of these cards, your person is able to manifest whatever they want. And so if what they want is a union with you, they're able to manifest that. And what I'm hearing is manifest it as in you making an action towards them, or even if they chose, if they wanted to, they know that they can have what they want and love, whether it be with you or whether it be with another person who is in a healed energy, who is able to match your person, is what I'm hearing with that. Okay. And now I want to find out what future actions my collective will be making towards this person. Just out of curiosity. whomever my collective might be, what kind of actions will you be making towards your person? Okay. What kind of actions will the collective be making towards the person on their mind? What actions, what near future actions will the collective be making towards the person? Wow, we have the High Priestess. Number 2, February. This could be Aquarius energy. Oh, bless me. Okay. What kind of actions will the collective be making towards the person on their mind? We have the 7 of Cups. So this is you weighing your options. You do have options. And we have the Queen of Swords. And so as far as actions go, I do see some sort of communication. I see, you know, you sitting on your throne here. You feeling proud of yourself. You feeling confident. Some movement energy. And then some clarifying cards here. What kind of action will the collective be making towards the person on their mind? What kind of action will the collective be making towards the person on their mind? Hey! They are painting my house right now. Still. So they're making a little bit of noise. And my dog is freaking out. Somebody's spying. Social network, information, ways. So as far as the action before, I guess while you're weighing your options, there's a little bit of spying going on. Okay. What kind of action will the collective be making towards the person on their mind? Ooh. We have lusting, forbidden, non-committal, sexual energy. So whether this be the action that you're going to be making towards the person on your mind, or if you're just, you know, going about living your life. I see that. And then we have karma, consequences, cause and effect, debts. So you better watch out as far as the actions that you're going to be making towards the person on your mind. If your person's in this, you know, strength energy, they're living their best life, they're working on themselves, they're being good to themselves, and you're in this, you know, spying, that's a form of chasing. And all that's going to do is push your person away. And then this, forbidden, non-committal, sexual energy. If the person on your mind... Would you cut it out? Stop. If the person on your mind is looking for somebody to match their energy, and they're in that energy of building a foundation, they're going to have no interest in this. Okay. And then one more clarifying card here that I'm going to read, and then we'll end it. What kind of action will the collective be making towards the person on their mind? What kind of action will the collective be making towards the person on their mind? What kind of action will the collective be making? Group of cards. What kind of action will the collective be making towards the person We have the owl and hop. Hop, that's what beer is made out of. And this says wisdom. So maybe you will be getting your stuff together and getting out of this spying energy, out of this forbidden non-committal energy, out of this karmic, maybe you're in a karmic relationship and you're suffering the consequences that if you did put your person in a situation that hurt them. Maybe you got into this karmic relationship so you can suffer the consequences, the cause and effect, the debts that you had to pay for treating this other person who is working on themselves the way that you did. Let's see. We have the High Priestess as far as what kind of actions you will be making towards the person on your mind. Card numero dos. The High Priestess, keywords, intuition, spirit guides, divine guidance, magic, element water. Element water, so that might be Pisces energy. So water would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay. The High Priestess takes the spark created by the magician and transforms the idea into a tangible reality. Like a shadow passing in the night, her energy is present and can be felt in the gut, but not always seen. Her intuitive power lies in the spiritual unconscious, allowing the High Priestess to soar back and forth through the veil, bringing her divine knowledge. Perched on the moon and surrounded by the four suits, your connection with the High Priestess is active at this time and should be utilized. She comes ready to deliver the answers you seek through dreams and symbols. Pay attention, she is with you. And so right now, as far as the action that you're going to be making towards the person on your mind, this is saying to trust your intuition. If you feel like this other person that's on your mind is going to fill up your cup, is the person that you see committing to with this veil here, this is saying to trust your intuition. Trust the signs that you're seeing, the songs that you're hearing, the numbers, the car make, model, whatever it is that you're gathering as far as the signs go. It's saying to trust that. Okay, next we have the Seven of Cups. The crow rests as she dreams of all the things she wants. Some of her dreams lead to love and victory. Others may result in loss or deception. Because she has created so many choices, she is finding it hard to commit to a decision. And as a result, I hate it when I get tongue-tied. As a result, is stuck in place. The Seven of Cups advises you to step back and weigh all your options. Take the time to evaluate the pros and cons of each choice with an eye toward the realistic. It is okay to be a dreamer, but eventually you will need to face reality. And so this is saying that you are having trouble making a decision. You're living in your comfort zone while you have all these options circling you, and you kind of just want to stay in your comfort zone instead of making a sacrifice by choosing your divine path. And you do have a divine path. Not all of the choices that you make are going to be the right ones. And then we have the Queen of Swords as far as the actions you will be making towards the person on your mind. The Queen of Swords is one tough bird. She is confident, independent, and wise. Her quick wit, sharpened intellect, and clear vision of what the future should look like have garnered the respect of all those around her. Flying above her throne is a crow, symbolizing her ability to see the big picture. When the Queen of Swords pays a visit, it may indicate a time when a stern, well-calculated, sensible solution is required. She may also appear as a mentor or teacher who inspires the best work from her students. The Queen of Swords card denotes a time when an impartial view is required to make the best decision. So all of these are kind of like about making a decision. So With this decision, you must trust your intuition. You do have a decision to make. There is a right or wrong choice, which is why you must trust your intuition. And then this is where the strength comes from. And with the sword here, I am seeing some sort of communication. Whether it be you making communication with the person on your mind, or you communicating with a mentor to help you clear your mind and make a decision. And we have the owl and hop wisdom. XXII. Owls are closely associated with Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom. Known for their nocturnal vision, owls represent knowledge and erudition, with a hint of mystery. The hop is an impressive plant, able to climb up 20 feet in a single growing season. Combined, the pair indicates spiritual and intellectual fulfillment. You have come to an end of a long journey. Relish in your achievement, taking deep, satisfying breaths. Am I content? If I've reached a state of fulfillment, am I willing to humble myself and try something new? And so this is telling me that as far as actions go, or the future action that you're going to be making towards your person, this is saying that you are going to make a decision. There is going to be change. There is going to be movement. And when you trust your intuition with this High Priestess, that will bring you to making the most, or the wisest decision, the most educated decision that you can make, even if you need to bring in a mentor. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there, but I hope that you all are having a lovely holiday week. Happy Black Friday, happy post-Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys didn't eat yourself into a food coma like I did. I tried to watch all of the game that I really wanted to watch was the Cowboys-Chiefs game, but I ended up passing out before the game was even over. But they did. Cowboys won. Woo, go Cowboys. So that was good, even though I didn't get to watch it. But I do enjoy watching the highlights. Anyways, don't judge me for being a Cowboys fan. I am from San Antonio, Texas. But I love you all. Thank you so much, whoever is watching, liking, subscribing. It is very much appreciated.